the game works, because it's just not the way it is. But
no, but basically I just came up here to say, like, if you put me up, I understand why, and like, the whole thing when I came to this game, I'm not gonna take anything personal. Like, I still like if you put me up. There's no hard feelings, you know. I know for me to earn your trust back, it's, if I were to stay, it'd be a long-term thing. I know it wouldn't happen overnight. So, like I said, I mean, like, whatever you do, I'm not giving you hard feelings, you know, but obviously today was rough for everyone, and including myself, you know, but you deal with...
like, what do you feel about everything? Like,
I mean, I don't know, you know. And
I mean, I don't know. I've been the minority, and I've had no problems with it. I'm not going to kiss no one's ass. If I were to think that if I didn't win this week that I wasn't going up next to whomever was kept here, and if you don't think I don't know what was being done with Memphis, then I would be going next, because I wasn't going to promise anybody the world. I didn't have to.
No.
I've pretty much been upfront with who I felt like I wanted to be upfront with, and you know where I've been coming from.
Right.
So
I wouldn't argue with any of that.
Basically, Memphis stayed, and it would be me and Memphis up. Who do you think was going to go home? Me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd be stupid not to think that, but I've never done nothing to you.
I'd agree with that statement. I would say the same, but if I did something to Jesse, it is kind of like doing something to you. You know what I mean?
I mean, when Jesse's sitting there telling me that he's got your word, and I'm telling him no. He begged for me to believe that he believed you.
No.
And I telling you to your face that I didn't believe it. I mean, like I said, I wasn't lying when I said I've been giving you a dirty look all week long, right? Have I not been looking at you?
No, you're right.
And he's been sticking up for you. And I told him, I'm telling you, he's not going to do it, even though he's saying it to you. And he told me that something happened between you guys personally, and he really trusted you. I don't know. I think maybe he might have said something personal to you, or you personal. I don't really know the whole story. But
no, and that's the thing, because a week before he asked me, he's like, "Do I have your word that I won't vote you out?" And I said, "Yes." So we were up here, you know. And
well, I didn't know what you guys were talking about.
Right. And then this week he did the same thing, and I said, "The only thing I promise you that I'm gonna do whatever April says." You know, because I knew.
So where did everything go wrong then?
You know, because I knew I couldn't tell Jesse. You know, I was gonna keep him for sure, because I didn't know.
But,
you know?
But April wanted him to stay.
Right, and you know about the 7, obviously. You know.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so,
I was like the little puppy in the window,
right.
hoping somebody would take me home, but not literally. But watching you guys go upstairs, and watching you guys come downstairs, and watching you guys go upstairs, probably campaigning and talking about us. I do have eyes.
No, I know.
I mean, I have a mouth, but I kept it shut.
Right. And then when part of the 7 started to flip, you know, and that in combination with obviously the huge fight, you know, I'm sitting there thinking, is there even a 7 anymore? You know, and
so what point did it take you to go against what the head of household wanted and join this elaborate 3?
Well, you know, it's like I told you in this game. I haven't won anything. It's no secret I'm not a great player in the competitions. So the only thing I can really get going for me is numbers. And at that point, it was 5 versus Jerry, Ollie, and April. You know,
and then there was me, right, somewhere floating around, right? And the best possibility for you guys was for me, obviously, not to win it. Right.
Right. And but the thing is like you said, you've never done anything to me. Like, I have no reason, you know, I had no reason to come after you. Whether you believe me or not, obviously, I mean, it's your own
No,
choice.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not whether you want to come after me or not. It's
Right.
what everybody wanted, right?
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
the two-headed snake, I think that's what my name was, me and Jesse, two-headed snake.
I don't know.
I know. Don't worry about it. I know. It's okay.
But
People that were on both halves have told me.
Right.
So, two-headed snake is unleashed. One has been cut off, and one has been pretty much unleashed. But
no.
what I wanted to say is, you know, it's pretty apparent that it's not like. I mean, I know Jesse and Memphis were friends. I mean, I know that. But to keep Memphis, you know, he's also not won anything besides a car, but that doesn't matter.
Right.
To go from not really talking to him to talking to him. I'm just trying to understand where you come from. How did you find that as a benefit? Because all I know is Jesse talked about you all the time, asking, you know, maybe we should have Dan come with us, and I'll be honest, I kept telling him no, because I don't trust you.
Right.
And the last thing I want to do is be right. The last thing I want to do is be right. And I'm sure if you had a hustle next week, that I'm sure you're going to put me up for being honest with you, but I'm just being honest with you. And it's not changed since week one. I've told you, you've asked me, you know, maybe we can do something, and I said, we'll see what happens next week.
Right.
Because I knew that you had an alliance with Brian. I found that out.
Right.
You know, it's just, I've always given you the benefit of the doubt, because I could have just been like, screw, could have voted you out. You know, people wanted you up, you and Rennie, and I knew that you were going to go out. I instead changed your mind and had Steven in there. So it's like, I knew I couldn't trust you fully, but I just didn't, I had a little bit of faith in you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all Jesse did, is always talked about you. How much he liked you, how much he thinks you're such an honest person, and the only other person in this game that was as honest as him as you. And how can he lose this game for being honest? I told him, I said, you can't be honest in this game. And that's the one person he always said. But Dan is. Dan's always honest. Dan gives you his word, and that you can trust. I'm just, I'm just...
No, and you're
I'm
right,
in shock.
that doesn't feel good.
Because you're the one person that he always talked about. You know, I'm honest, just like Dan. That's one thing that he always said, and that's what got him out the door. His competitiveness and his honesty. You know, and I'm not trying to be anything but besides honest. I mean, he really liked you as a person, and he really wanted to be on the same level with you when it comes to the game. And I think he really, really thought that you guys were at the same level.
No, and I knew if he ever won, I don't think he would put me up.
No.
You know what I mean?
He didn't. He didn't want to put you up before. He was told to. He was promised. And he had to. Because they said that this was what was Brian's alliance. These were the two main guys. And he wanted to put up Rennie and I think somebody else.
Right. But even then he told me, I'm putting you up, but he's like, all you have to do is be calm and don't worry.
Yep. He didn't want to. I mean, anybody could obviously see that him not putting Rennie up didn't make sense. You know, and he was promised that he wasn't going to go up next week. And what happened? The next week, he was put up. By pure stupidity, the House didn't vote him out. They voted Angie out. Angie, she's like a little fly. What was she going to do? Nothing. I mean, I know why she was voted out. She was voted out for the wrong reasons. But Jesse made it through, so I was happy. But I cried because I think that she went out for the wrong reasons. And then, sure enough, week 3, or I should say 4th week, he was up 3 times. The one time he wasn't up, he was head of household. I couldn't have done what Jesse did and been that sane and calm. I mean, he kept me sane and calm as much as he could, especially through this week. I had a rough week this week.
Oh, no, you did.
But I wouldn't have been sitting here deserving of it if I didn't just go through that week that I did. I just wish that Jesse was here to see me get it. You know?
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be here right now. He should. Because he deserved it more than me. But it's a game. I walked in here with 3 people. Me, myself, and I. But